Welcome to Trumpet Update number 3. For your reference, today is April 2nd, 2020. Had another lesson with Matt Ernst today, principal trumpet of the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. It went well, still on Skype or Zoom lessons just because of everything going on with COVID-19, but that's not what this is about, so let's get into trumpet. Still working on lead pipe buzzing, and by still working on it, I mean I'm going to continue doing it for the years to come. I haven't noticed a lot of improvement in my playing, but it's far too early. I've only been doing it for what, like 1 week or 2? I think it's only been 1 week, 1 full week of doing it. Anyways, still doing that. I'm going to be adding in a tonguing exercise with that lead pipe buzzing, which is one of Matt's exercises that he's given me. I'm continuing on with Sachse number 5 this week. Sachse 4 I played for Matt. It was interesting. He had me, so what I was doing, I would play the Etude, and then he'd stop me in the middle of it, and then he'd say, all right, now play it in an up a tritone he had me do today, which was like, whoa. And then he had me do, you know, up a major third. Today he had me do down a minor third, stuff like that. So just being prepared for all of that within an Etude is a lot of work, but helpful for transposition for sure. Doing a lot of transposition, lots of mental work. Yeah, but I'm still, I mean, I can transpose. It's not like I'm in the very beginning stages, but it's not, I've not been doing this kind of transposition where I'm doing weird keys, like up a half step, down a half step, up a tritone is really weird. So just doing stuff like that is a little weird for me. But as I continue it, it should get easier and easier. Also, this is something we talked about this week. I'm going to be working on fixed do more. For those of you who don't know, there's fixed do and movable do. Movable do is whatever tonic you're in. So if you're in the key of C, do is your tonic. If you're in the key of G, or if you're in the key of G, G is your do. That's movable do because you can move do around. Fixed do is where C is always do, D is always re, and there's none of the mi, or there is mi, there's no me, fi, any of the like half step things. That's not useful for what I'm doing. So only fixed do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, not T, C, S-I. But so I'm going to be working on singing through my etudes too. That's one thing I've been actually talking about with my students, is they're not singing enough, which is weird, especially if you're not a musician watching this. You know, he's a trumpet player, why does he need to sing? It's so important, because if I can't hear that pitch, not a chance. Fixed do is something I'm going to be working on mainly because in orchestras, especially when you work with European conductors, they use fixed do a lot, and they're able to, you know, sing lines and sing parts, etc. So, anyways, that's what I'll be working with in the Sachse. What else is there? Matt called me out again because I didn't know my diminished triads, so I'm going to work on those. There's only 3 diminished triads with the way tonal music works, because once you've gone through all 3, you just repeat it. It just starts on a different interval. So diminished triads I'm going to be working on, just being able to play all 3 of them. I'm still working on Charlie A3. I was a little disappointed in my lesson because we were kind of running low on time, so he only wanted to hear part of it. And of course, as with everything in life, he picks the one part that is most difficult for me and that I can't play very well. So I'll be working on Charlie A3 again. It wasn't like a complete bomb, but it did not go well, I will say that. And Charlie A3 is in cut time at 100 beats per minute, so half note equals a 100. So what I had done was metronome work, which is excellent. Good job, Adam. But it was okay what I did. I started on 100, but I took that as the quarter note, so it was half the tempo. But what I did was I just kept increasing that speed, so I was thinking of it in 4/4, when I really should have probably, like maybe starting at 100 was okay, but then I should have moved it to 50, maybe after the first few run-throughs, yeah, once I got it in my head. So that was kind of a practice error on my part. Not that what I did was necessarily wrong or bad, but there's a better way to do it. So I'll be working on Charlie A3 again for next week. Brandt 2 went well. I played that for Matt. I'm working on Brandt 3 now in D, so up a step on C trumpet. And I'm still working on Bitsch 1 because we didn't get to that and he wants to hear me play it. So I'll take another week, and I won't be hurt by another week of working on Bitsch 1 because that's a tricky etude. So anyways, that's what I'm working on for this week. Hope you're enjoying these trumpet updates. I would say comment below how you want me to structure them, but I don't care. This is how I want to structure them. With everything else, I'm open to suggestions, but this is more for me, I suppose, than anything. So if you like the video, give me a big old thumbs up. Comment something below if you want. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you never miss another video with me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next trumpet update.